and welcome to today's video. This video is going to be me removing blue hair dye from my hair. This is very much like what we're starting with, really blue as you can see, but it's been about 5 weeks since I last touched it up. And the reason I've decided to film this is the first time in quite a while that I've consistently dyed my hair one colour for a while. So I think it's been about 3 months that I've had blue hair now. So it's had quite a few touch-ups in that time, so there is quite a lot of build-up like all throughout. So I'm going to try and remove it, but in a very like gentle way. It's already faded a lot from when I first did it. If I can find a picture, I'll put a picture in here of like when I first did it. But this is kind of what it's faded to, and not a lot is coming out now, and I'm just washing it. So I'm going to try a few different methods. I made a video very similar to this, just like called removing blue hair dye, about 4 or 5 years ago now. It worked, like I did fade the blue a lot, but I feel like I could do it again in a more gentle way, and a way that keeps my hair in like better condition, and also probably doesn't take as long, because the last time I did this, which you know was years and years ago now, I used a lot of colour remover, a lot of bleach, and a lot of like blonde dyes, which was fine, but I was leaving it like a week in between each thing and using loads of like hair masks, like these sort of like hydrating deep conditioning things, which, you know, when you want to change your hair colour you don't necessarily have time for. So plan of action number 1, anti-dandruff shampoo. Don't know exactly what it is that pulls it out, I'm not a scientist, but something within anti-dandruff shampoo, some sort of chemical, some sort of formula thing, basically means that it pulls, like dyes out a lot more than normal shampoos. So this is kind of like the first protocol, what I'm going to do first, and I'm probably going to wash my hair like 3 or 4 times using this and just see how much I can get pulled out. So I did buy this one first, but it is shampoo and conditioner, so I don't know if that will work any differently. But then I did later on find this one, which is just a shampoo, anti-dandruff, kind of like same as Head and Shoulders, just like an own brand one. After that, I then have some vitamin C tablets, where I think I might do the vitamin C method. I also got some washing up liquid. I'm not going to do washing up liquid alone because it really does dry your hair out, but I might add some of this to the vitamin C method because I do feel like it helps quite a bit. So that's kind of step number 2. Again, don't know why it works, but I've used the vitamin C method on quite a few colours now, and it doesn't, like, you know, take my hair back to blonde, how it's bleached underneath, but it does tend to pull quite a bit of colour out and make it lighter, so there's that option. Then I also got a hair colour remover, but I only really want to use this once. I honestly think that these are great and these are fine. This brand is Colour before, the one I'm using, but I've used Colour this, and I've used a few other brands as well before. And I think they're fine to use once, have it come through, and I don't think it does damage your hair that much as long as you do condition it well. But obviously it is a chemical based thing, so it does somewhat ruin your hair. So I'm telling myself I'm only using that once. And the very last thing that I will do is when I bleach my roots before like dyeing my hair the next colour I decide to go, which I haven't decided that yet, that will be another video. I haven't decided because I don't know how much blue I'm going to get out, and obviously the more I'm able to get out, the more colour options are available. But yeah, so when I do bleach my roots, I will also dilute the bleach a bit and pull that through to the ends, just kind of as I'm doing it, just to see if I can get rid of even more. But although I do use that method often, it doesn't do that much because like I'm not being super consistent. I'm not making sure it's getting every strand. I'm literally just, once my roots have got it, 5 to 10 minutes, yeah, 5 to 10 minutes before I'm washing the bleach off my roots, I'm just pulling it through, like diluting it with water, pulling it through to do, you know, just a little bit extra to get rid of the colour. So yeah, this is the blue that we're starting with. So it is after 6 o'clock now, so you know, like the only light that you really see in this by is the lights above. So obviously I think it does look a bit brighter in daylight, but you can get a pretty good idea as to how it looks. And I'm now going to use the anti-dandruff shampoos 3 to 4 times, and I'll try and just pop in and do a bit of like a spin in between each one so we can see if there is a difference. So yeah, this is what it's like before. This is the basic colour throughout the entire hair. So yeah, let's just get going then. This is probably going to be filmed over a few weeks, so I will just pop in and talk as and when I think is necessary, and as and when I'm moving on to the next thing. But yeah, I'm just going to use these as I would normal shampoo. I'm just going to replace my shampoo part of washing my hair for this. So yeah, see you when we have results. Okay, so this is next day, all dry after the first wash. I don't think it looks much different, but there definitely was loads of blue coming out in the actual like shower, like congregating, and I could definitely see a lot of blue washing away, but I don't actually think it looks much different. So yeah, this is after the first anti-dandruff shampoo wash. So yeah, this is how the colour is looking. Yeah, that is wash one. Okay, so here is the result of hair wash number 2. Again, a lot's coming out. Don't know how much difference I can see, but like it looks okay. It's definitely lighter than it was, but I don't think it's that consistent. Like I don't think you can really tell it's lighter than it was unless you're like really checking against it. Like there's not an obvious difference in person. I think I'm going to use the anti-dandruff shampoo once more and really make sure that I'm getting it all the way through. The first couple of times I've done it, I've washed my hair just as I normally would wash my hair, just putting the shampoo in my roots and then bringing it down. But I think this time I'm really going to make sure I concentrate on pulling it all the way down and like kind of use it as more of like a deep conditioner kind of, how I'd put that on my hair. Not really sure, but I'm going to give it a good go because I think then I'm going to move on to other methods because I really want to get rid of this blue. Okay, so this is the result after wash number 3. It has been a few days. A few days ago I washed it for a 3rd time with the anti-dandruff shampoo. I don't know if it's any lighter or not, honestly. Yeah, I think it does look slightly lighter, but not as much as I would hope for it to by now. So next step is to do a vitamin C treatment. I've done vitamin C treatments before, they seem to work, and I figured it was worth trying. Normally I'll crush up the tablets and then mix them with the rest. I did see a hack online where rather than crush them up you mix it with water, so I have got some like boiling water here, so I'm going to mix them with that instead. And yeah, I'm just going to do 1 part vitamin C mixture, like water and vitamin C tablet, 1 part washing up liquid, and 1 part anti-dandruff shampoo, so it'll be like a 1/3 of each basically. And that is the entire plan, and then I'm going to leave it on my hair for probably about an hour. You can just use it as a shampoo and wash it out, but I'm going to leave it in just to try my best to keep it going, you know. Okay, it's all on. I'm going to leave it on, wash it out in a little bit, and then I'll come check in with the result. Okay, so here is the hair result. I actually should probably let it down so that it is consistent. So yeah, this is the result after the vitamin C treatment, and this is how the colour is. I think it is lighter, and definitely in places you can see it's lighter, like on some of the ends, like that blue has gone really light, and also there's bits up in the roots where like you can see underneath the blue, like there's some purple bit shown under here, and this bit here is like almost back to blonde. So it's definitely getting lighter, but it's not getting lighter consistently. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the rest of the vitamin C tablets, same mixture as I did yesterday and do the exact same thing for a second vitamin C treatment before I kind of just give up on semi-natural, like not quite as harmful methods, and just go with a colour remover. So yeah, giving this one more go before we end up doing the colour remover. Yeah, I'm sure that you can probably see better when I'm comparing. I will put on the screen now both this shot of my hair and the shot from before we started this process. And I'm sure it is a bit lighter, which obviously will help in the long run, but this definitely hasn't been pulling out as quickly as I'd like. Like you can see here, it's a lot lighter here, but it's still really dark up in this bit. I don't know, we're trying it. I'm going to do the second vitamin C treatment. I'm not going to record today's because you saw exactly how I did it yesterday. But yeah, and then I will check in after that's done. Hello. So this is my hair after vitamin C treatment number 2, where I use the exact same formula. I did actually use a little bit less water because I managed to get the vitamin C to go in, but that just changed the consistency of it, obviously, like, yeah. But yeah, this is the result. Definitely looking lighter. I have started editing this video today, so I have seen like the difference between like day 1 and like the last vitamin C treatment. And from the front, you can't tell the most different. Like, yeah, it's lighter, but you can't tell the most. But from the back, like, I think obviously I'm going to now put this next to day 1, and I really do think that you can see how much lighter this is all getting. So yeah, I'm glad it's working. I'm glad something's working, and I am happy with this and how we're going. But I'm now fed up and bored of waiting. So today I'm going to be doing a colour remover. This is the Colour Before Extra Strength. Why am I using this one over others? Because the day I went to the shop, this one was the one on offer. If you go into shops like Savers, Superdrug, Body Care, Boots, normally one of the brands of colour remover is on offer for about $6.99, $7.99, which is what I paid for this, and the rest of them are all $10.99, $11.99. I always just pick the cheapest one. I don't think there's that much of a difference. I've used both Colour Before, Colourless, and a couple of other like random store name ones before as well. I've never been able to really tell a big difference into like how well of a job they've done. In fact, when I had red hair, I tested Colour Before against Colourless. I'll link it up above wherever it is. It from years and years ago, probably a dreadful video, but you can see from that really it's pretty much the exact same formula. So yeah, I've got this. I'm going to mix it up, put it on my hair, and just literally follow the instructions as they come. I'm not going to record this. All that you do literally for this is, I can't remember the exact things, but bottle, what was this one? You pour bottle, you pour activator A into bottle B, mix it up, put it on your hair, keep your hair warm and contained, and that's it basically. And then you wash it out after the time. I think it's 45 minutes, maybe an hour, something like that. I'm going to follow the instructions when I do it. If you've never seen this done before and you are interested, I'll link another video up above. I've done this a few times now, especially for blue hair, when I've just like dyed it once or maybe twice, and I can then just use just a colour remover afterwards and it only pulls it out. So yeah, I will link a different video up above, but this is already getting to be a very long video just with us checking in. So yeah, I'm gonna go away, do this, and then I will come and check in once it is done. I might check in after I'm pulling off all of the plastic wrap around my hair, depending on how much difference you can see before I actually shower. So yeah, we'll just I'll check in when I check in, when there's a noticeable difference in hair colour, which fingers crossed there will be. Okay, so this is my after Colour Before. Was it Colour Before I used? I think it was Colour Before. Check in. This is how the hair is looking. It's now like 2-3 days after, and I have all my hair in plaits, which is why it's so big. But yeah, it's definitely lighter. It's definitely taken blue out, but when you look at my hair, it's definitely still blue. I do really wish that more would have come out, obviously not just with the Colour Before but over this whole process, but it hasn't, and I think that's probably just because the amount of build up in my hair. I've dyed my hair blue quite a few times, and obviously, you know, if I was to dye blue over this would still be stained here, and then like a bright blue would be stained over the top as well. And I've probably done that quite a few times, so, you know, not really getting this light, but you get the idea. I think that's why it's not really worked. I'm checking in now, just because I'm gonna have a shower and I'm gonna like probably use like a deep conditioning mask or something like that on my hair, just to really make sure it's okay for bleaching, which is what I'm gonna do next. I will be washing my hair obviously because I'm deep conditioning it, so you have to wash that out. But I'm not using anything special, I'm just using normal shampoo, which before I'd done all this process wasn't removing any more blue, so it's not going to remove any more now. So I won't do a check-in after that because there's just no point, it's going to look the exact same. But I thought I'd do a check-in now whilst you can see exactly kind of how the colour's gone. And also see like some places, I think there's a place up here, is there? Yeah, this bit here, you can kind of see it's gone like a purpley blonde colour back here. I think I caught that in the right light then and then dropped it. I don't know, but you get the idea. It's kind of done its thing. Like back here, it's really like blondie purple up this bit. But yeah, that is the hair. This is how it looks after the colour before, and this is kind of like the last step I'm doing, where it's a more gentle way, a more natural way of removing the colour. So I have now done 3 like anti-dandruff shampoos, 2 vitamin C treatments, and 1 colour before colour remover, and this is what we're left with. Over the next couple of days I'm going to pick a point to bleach all of my roots, and when I do, I'm basically just going to drag down the bleach with a comb about 5 minutes before I wash it out my hair. So obviously that will lighten the blue somewhat in some places, and then if I have enough bleach left, I'm probably going to do a quick bleach bath on the rest of my hair. I'm not going to be filming the process of any of this because I don't like filming doing bleach, because it could like actually make your hair fall out. What I'm going to be using is 1 sachet of the Bee Blonde powdered bleach, which is the high lift powder, so that's that. And then with that powder you mix in a bleach, like cream peroxide, which is like the developer, and I use 40 volume, so I'll mix those together to do my roots, and then obviously I'm diluting that to do the rest of my ends. I do have a few different like amounts of this, like to do my roots I'm going to need more than this, so I have got more, but that's like the ratio I'm doing it at. And yeah, I will basically come in after I've done that. So yeah, this is kind of the final result, but I will come back after bleaching it, because obviously this is how to remove blue hair. We've got it this light, which is obviously going to help and mean there's less for the bleach to do. But I feel like the next question is, when I bleach my roots and when I use like a less harsh bleach on the rest of this, will it also bring any of this out? So yeah, this is what we're starting with, and in a few days I'll come and see what my hair's looking like. It will look a mess because I'm going to have bleach roots and then whatever this turns out to be. But dyeing my hair, whatever colour I'll go next, will be in another video. So yeah, see you in a few days. Okay, so obviously ignore how weird my roots look, but I ended up doing a bleach bath on the rest of my hair, left it on for just under 10 minutes, and this is like the final result, like how light it's got with the bleach bath added on. So yeah, obviously the roots are changed, so just ignore that. I'll like try and crop the side by side when I turn around or something. But yeah, this is the final result. It's got quite a lot lighter, but it is still like noticeably blue. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is light enough now to dye over. Obviously not if I was going like a lighter or pastel colour, but I'm going a big bright colour, so I'm pretty sure that this is light enough to dye over. So yeah, that is kind of my process of removing blue hair dye. So we did 3 anti-dandruff shampoo washes, 2 vitamin C treatments, 1 colour before colour remover and 1 bleach bath, and this is the result that we now have compared to when we started. I'll put that next to this. So yeah, quite a big difference, and my hair feels alright. I'm probably going to cut a couple of centimetres off. Like if I put my hands down it starts feeling a bit weird here, so I will probably like cut that off, but to be honest I haven't cut my hair in months and months and months, so it's not that surprising. So yeah, this is the final result. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. Give it a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!